Back here at J. Bernie Crum Stadium, Allentown, Pennsylvania, the second annual National Bowl. It's 14-13 Red Nation over Blue Nation. Before we get underway with the third quarter, let's head back to the sideline and Tara.
I'm with Garrett from the Philadelphia Soul. What brings you here today?
We're just here looking for some talent. The season's starting up in March, and we're looking to fill some holes and see if anyone stands out here today.
So far, you see anyone that's looking good?
I don't want to give anything away, but there's a couple guys who are looking pretty good, and we're gonna talk to a couple of these kids who are looking pretty good today afterwards and see if they want to come in. We'll bring them in for some tryouts, see how they fit, see how they like it.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Back to you, James.
All right, thanks, Tara. We get set here for a fresh 15 on the clock, third quarter, and Red Nation will kick this one away to Blue Nation. Blue Nation will get the ball trailing by a score of 14-13. We have some halftime stats, and we'll go over these for Blue Nation first in just a moment. James Green alongside Coach Bill Rocca for the second half of this contest. Trout's kick taken back at the 10-yard line by Parker. And Parker gets across the 25, and he's up just shy of the 30-yard line. So Blue Nation will come out. And Coach, we've talked about some of the issues that these teams have had running the ball, specifically Blue Nation. Total 18 yards on the ground on only 14 carries. And the leading rusher is Parker with 12 yards on the ground and only 2 carries.
Yeah, and that's got to be attributed to the fact that, very limited practice time to get timing down, to get the offense on the same page, and it's got to be very difficult to generate a consistent running game. They haven't been able to do that.
Lenahan back out, throws the quick screen to the left side, and it's going to go for a short loss on the completion. More rushing stats here for Blue Nation, 7 carries for 6 yards for Kennebrew, and the quarterback Lenahan has 5 carries for a net of 0 yards. So again, 14 carries, 18 total yards on the ground for Blue Nation. Lenahan is 11 of 16 for 164 yards, a touchdown and an interception in this game. That in the first half. He's now 12 of 17, but 11 of 16 in the first half in the air for Lenahan. And an efficient first half for him. And the way the game was a little herky-jerky, didn't feel like he was having that kind of game.
Nobody got hot late, and he started to complete some balls late, and he had the big completion, obviously, which makes up a lot of that 116 yards. And, it's a passing game, basically, because of the limited amount of practice time. And even that, the timing isn't great. But, when you throw and catch, you can execute a lot better than when you have to coordinate the running game with the blocking up front and the timing. So usually the passing game is more effective than the running game in an all-star type contest like this.
Kennebrew on the run up the middle, gains a few. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9. So the leading receiver on this team is Jordan Griffin. He's got 2 catches for 78 yards and that touchdown. But also Jesse Hubbard, 3 receptions for 56 yards. And again, 164 yards in the air, 182 total yards for Blue Nation. Here's the throw over the middle. Nice catch by the tight end, taken down at midfield. Dan Keegan from Montclair State University on that reception.
Yeah, he's a Montclair State product. He also came out of West Essex High School, as a matter of fact. Was a graduate of West Essex. Now finished his career at Montclair State University. That was his first reception. I think it was his first time on the field. He wasn't in the field on the first half.
So Keegan on the reception. And it's a first down. Blue Nation now driving with 12:55 left to go in this third quarter, trailing by a score of 14-13. Here's the handoff. It's Kennebrew, and he gets to the 45-yard line. Gain of 4. Other players with receptions. Jakari Murphy has 3 receptions for 19 yards. Anthony Delmonico, 1 catch for a loss of 1. Sean Randall, 1 reception for 2 yards. Antoine Stewart has a catch for 10 yards. So 6 different receivers have caught passes on the 11 completions in the first half from Lenahan, showing that Lenahan doing a very good job trying to distribute the football.
Yeah, plus he's getting different personnel on the field with each time he comes out, so he has an opportunity to use different receivers in his repertoire.
Oh, there's the jet sweep, but Jakari Murphy didn't take the handoff cleanly. and then ran in the near side of the field for a loss back to the 49-yard line, to the original line of scrimmage, so that's a loss of 4.
And having coached the jet sweep, trust me when I tell you, it takes a lot of practice time to get that timing down where that handoff is made as soon as you get to the quarterback. And you can see there was a little bit of a glitch in that handoff. Once you slow that play down, people are going to run it down because once they read it, they're at the point of attack.
So big 3rd and 10 coming up now for Blue Nation, trailing 14-13 in this contest in the 2nd annual National Bowl from J. Bernie Crum Stadium in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Happy to have you along for this contest today. Lenahan back to pass, under pressure, wrapped up from behind, gets rid of the football, but they're going to say he's down. Progress stopped back at the 40-yard line.
Quarterback is sacked by number 54.
And coming up and making the play, number 54, Connor Tompkins from SUNY Cortland, the defensive end. Relentless on that pursuit of Lenahan.
Yeah, Lenahan just tried to throw the ball out of bounds. He was ruled down. Dangerous thing to do, though. We saw that yesterday at a playoff game where someone tried that and it got picked off and taken back for 6.
Well, dangerous, too, because if nobody was in the area, there was a possibility he could get called for an intentional grounding,
right,
although he was outside of the tackles at that point, trying to do what he could to get rid of that ball. So here's the punt. Again, no pressure. And it's caught at the 14-yard line and taken there by Wagner, and that's where Red Nation will start, nursing a 14-13 lead with 10:26 left to go here at J. Bernie Crum Stadium. We're in the 3rd quarter of the National Bowl, 2nd annual edition. James Green alongside the coach Bill Rocca, alongside Tara Formica down on the sidelines.
Representative for the National Bowl rings is here at the stadium. You can order them at the gate on your way out. Again, the representative.
So with 10:26 left to go in this 3rd quarter, now it's going to be Team Red Nation with their first possession
on your way out, please go to
of this 2nd half. And again, they've been going back and forth with their 2 quarterbacks. And looks like it's Daniel Pitcher from SUNY Cortland who will start under center here in the 3rd quarter. Here is the pitch to the right side for Addison. And Addison takes it to the far side of the field for what looks to be a very short gain of about 1.
Yeah, Blue Nation did a great job of stringing that one out. Good pursuit to the ball.
Gain of 1, that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Very short gain on that one.
So it'll be 2nd down and 9. Pitcher comes back to the huddle to bring in the play.
We haven't seen that deep crossing route that he had success with early in the ball game. He hasn't come back to it. You wonder if it's something that they're going to bring back later on, but he was very effective when he threw that deep crossing route that got him down in close last time.
Well, they're going to go with the I formation again. Here comes the blitz shown by Blue Nation. Back to pass. Throws to the near side, and it's intercepted and taken down at the 40-yard line. Matthew Parker.
Pass is intercepted by number 33.
We've talked about Parker's name on both sides of the ball. The cornerback, strong safety. We've seen him at tailback. And Mary comes up with the pick.
Yeah, that time Pitcher read the blitz. He knew he had one-on-one coverage over here to the shorts, to our side of the field. He went with it, with the go route, but didn't get enough on it, and it was picked off. It was underthrown a little bit, and it got picked off by Blue Nation.
Now the wind not blowing as fiercely and gusting as much as it was earlier in this ball game, and also the sun has been obscured by the clouds here a little bit. So a little different feel here to the track at J. Bernie Crum Stadium. And on that play, Kennebrew gets taken down somewhat awkwardly back at the 45-yard line.
Loss of 3.
That's a loss of 3 on the play, 2nd and 13. And David Lenahan still in at quarterback from Seton Hill University here for Blue Nation.
And we still haven't seen either of the 2 teams develop any kind of running attack. Every time they try to run the ball, they've been either very short gain or a loss. The only thing that's been effective has been throwing the ball down the field.
So 2nd and 13. Lenahan will be now in the shotgun. High snap. Throws off his back foot, and this one is intercepted at the 25-yard line, up across midfield, down the sideline, galloping his way, and then gets taken down by Linehan.
Pass is intercepted
But
by
coming
number
up
33.
and making that play is Quentin Lopez on the interception. And now the teams have traded picks, but Red Nation has the more favorable field position off of the turnover.
Yeah, if this was the NFL, he'd be getting a lot of grief in the film session when the quarterback took him down with that type of hit, because Linehan really laid the leather to him. But he was motoring down that sideline. I thought he was going to take it all the way to the house. The quarterback made a form tackle.
Well, sure looked like he had the opportunity. Now Cody Halfley will come into the ball game at quarterback for Red Nation. And a short field for Red Nation. 1st and 10 from the blue 22. And we'll get to Red Nation first half statistics in just a second here. There's a couple of quick bang-bang interceptions thrown by these two teams as that handoff across the left side goes for a couple of yards. So the passing in the first half for Red Nation, a combined 3 for 13 for 57 yards. Daniel Pitcher, 2 of 6 for 41 with the touchdown. And Cody Halfley was only 1 of 7 for 16. He'd been sacked 3 times, losing 13 yards. 5 different rushers for Red Nation, and the leading rusher was Everson Thaddeus, 6 carries for 21 yards, and he's got 1 of the touchdowns. Only 96 total yards of offense for Red Nation in the first half, and they were the ones that jumped out to a 7-0 lead.
Right.
So after the short gain of a couple,
nope,
they try to go on the play action and all kinds of pressure, and Halfley is taken down again. Halfley has been facing the pressure from right up the middle most of this ball game, and he's had a really difficult time. Now sacked for the 4th time.
And that time the timing was way off. It looked like the receiver, the back and the quarterback ran into one another. That destroyed the whole play itself, and then before he knew it, Blue Nation was in on him and he was taken down. But again, timing was off offensively on that play action.
Receiving, Norrell has 2 catches, 41 yards, and a touchdown. And Joe Leach has 1 reception for 16 yards, so 57 yards in the air, 57 of the 96 for Red Nation. Coming off the pass. We'll go with the handoff this time. Nice spin move inside the 20.
So we get a field goal attempt from Red Nation. Try to add to their lead here.
Number 23, Addison with the carry.
So Addison on the carry. And it will bring up a 4th down. Ball spotted at the 19. They'll go for the field goal here. This will be
gain of 7. That will bring up
a 36-yard attempt. And this will be Trout from the near hash. Snap, spot, kick is up.
The kick is up.
And it is no good.
No good.
Wide to the near side, wide left.
Wide left.
So Trout had a great boot on it. And with 5:55 left to go after the interception and the return all the way almost into the red zone,
Red Nation 14,
Red Nation comes up empty-handed.
And he had the distance, and he certainly had the height. It just was wide left. Look from here, it looked good, but obviously the officials could see it better from down there. But he did have good foot.
So remember that play. These points have been such a close game here, points at a premium now. To sit there and remember that play here in the 2nd annual National Bowl. So Linehan back under center for Blue Nation as they start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Hand off to the left side. Good gain of 6, maybe 7 yards to Parker.
That was one of their better running plays. They did show an ability to get the ball to the field there, about 6 or 7 yards, about 6 maybe. Nice run.
Yep, Parker out of Glenville State. Again, we mentioned him on both sides. They're coming out of the tailback position. Listed on our roster as a strong safety and a cornerback has an interception in this ball game, so you can see
playing both ways.
Yeah, Parker playing both ways, seeing action both sides of the ball. We're approaching 5 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Still a 14-13 game. Blue Nation with the ball, trailing by 1. And here's the quick handoff on the draw to Kennebrew out of West Georgia. And Kennebrew
looks like you're going to spot him with the first down.
gets the first, yep.
Moving the chains. So
That's
2 back-to-back running plays for 10 yards.
Crucial here.
Kennebrew will be good enough for a Blue Nation
Just across the
down.
30. They needed about 4 yards on that last play, and they got about 4.5. So now we're inside. 5 minutes left. 4:45 to go in this third quarter. And again, kind of a little bit of a feeling out here between the two, despite the 2 interceptions. Lenahan rolls to the near side, throws, and he's got a man complete at the 34-yard line, and a late flag comes in. The pass
Stewart with the completion.
was completed to Antoine Stewart out of Glenville State.
Down the 34-yard line.
The official, the linesman, calling the flag or throwing the flag.
The ball was hung up there a little while, and it looked like the D-back was making a beeline for it, but there's an eligible receiver downfield.
It looks
What did
like
they call?
that's what that call was. Ineligible downfield. So this, despite the fact that the play was completed, it's coming back. So they can either take where it was completed from, or they can push him back, and obviously they're going to push it back here.
Ineligible man downfield on the blue team.
It was interesting the way he threw that flag. It didn't look like had anything to do with that. It looked like it was something to do with either the hit or something was said after the hit or
Right.
unsportsmanlike, but ended up being an ineligible receiver downfield.
Well, credit the official to keep his eye on both things going on. So 1st and 15. Lenahan back to pass, throws. No, he's sacked back at the 15-yard line. Great pressure from a couple of players and making the play. Number 54, Connor Tompkins, out of SUNY Cortland, the defensive end.
Yeah, that time they were coming. They read pass all the way, and from up here you could see how quickly the red defensive line penetrated and were in his face. He had no chance.
And it's a big loss on the play.
After the
It was
sack,
1st and 15. It's 2nd and 23 after the loss of 8. So now the second and proverbial country mile. And here's the handoff across the 20 to the 21-yard line to Parker. Just trying to get a little breathing room. Get some positive yards. But that will still bring up a 3rd and about 19 after the gain of 4.
I think everybody in the ballpark expected a draw play there, either a draw or screen. Now you still have 3rd and close to a country mile.
After the run, it'll be 3rd
Just
and
shy
19
of
for
a
Blue
country
Nation.
mile.
A few feet shy of a country mile.
2:50 left in this third quarter. No points have been put up on the board here so far in this third quarter, as things have tightened up just a little bit. Still 14-13. Lenahan throws left side, stepping up, and it's intercepted at the 40-yard line. Down the far sideline. Nobody's going to get to him at the pylon. Touchdown.
Pass is intercepted for a Red Nation touchdown.
A Red Nation touchdown. And it looked like
It's like number 22.
it's
Is
either
it Royal Johnson?
it's either Royal Johnson. I thought I saw 21 down there.
It's 22. I think it's Royal Johnson. He's being interviewed down there in the goal at the end zone. It's got to be Royal.
No, Royal Johnson coming up with the interception return for the touchdown. And here comes the extra point.
Number 22, Johnson the third with the interception.
It is Johnson the third with the
Here scores
interception.
the extra point,
Here's
pending
Trout's
Red Team
extra
20,
point.
Blue team 13.
Trying to put Red Nation up by a score of 21-13. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-13. Red Nation extends their lead to 8 points. Let's head down to the sidelines and
Red
Tara.
Nation 21.
Here with Royal Johnson again. Could you tell me about the interception that you had that brought to a touchdown?
Yes, man. It was just I just broke on the ball, made a good play. I read the quarterback, read the route, and just broke on it and got in the end zone for my team to get 6. And that's it. Appreciate y'all.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Back to you, James.
Okay, thank you very much, Tara. So 2:34 left to go in this third quarter, and we were talking about, well, remember that field goal, points at a premium. Well, that's our third turnover now in this third quarter, and that one going all the way to the house.
And I tell you, Royal made a nice play on that. It was hung up there. He came up, read it, took it at its highest point, and then showed us some wheels going down that sideline. And he's from the University of Arkansas at Monticello.
Running all the way down from the 40-yard line. So that'll go down as a 60-yard interception return for a touchdown. And so Red Nation will now kick the ball off from their own 30-yard line. Now leading by a score of 21-13 with 2:34 left in this third quarter. National Bowl second annual edition between Red Nation and Blue Nation. Happy to have you along for this contest. James Green alongside with the coach Bill Rocca, and Tara Formica with the interviews down on the sidelines. Trout's kick taken back at the 9-yard line by Figs. Figs now with a big return across midfield. Figs 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
And the kick is returned for a Blue Nation touchdown.
Akeem Figs from Glenville State running it all the way back.
No flags.
No flags, no laundry on the field, so the team's now trading touchdowns.
Now, what will Blue Nation do? Will they go for 2 and try and tie it up and chase the points, or will they just take their extra point, knowing that they have a full quarter and plus to continue this ball game? The likely decision here would be to kick it.
Just go for the extra point, and it looks like exactly what they're going to do. With 2:20 left to go in the third quarter. So quick points, turnovers.
All of a sudden there was nothing happening in the third quarter. Now it's a back and back, bam, bam, bam.
And the kick is up.
And the extra point is good.
And the kick is good. 21-20. Blue Nation answers right back with a touchdown. Back down by 1. Let's head down to the sidelines again. And Tara.
I'm here with Akeem Figs from Glenville State. Could you describe that punt return?
They stacked one side. I seen the field wide open. I faked the reverse and just ran where they were.
All right, thanks. Back to you, James.
Thank you, Tara. So teams trading interceptions, turnovers, and now trading touchdowns, and it's 21-20. Red Nation on top by 1 with 2:20 left in the third quarter, and now we're starting to see things kind of open up a little bit. It's the adjustments that get made, and now suddenly the team's just kind of going at it here. It's starting to go down like a heavyweight title fight. We still have over a quarter to play.
Yeah, you get some adjustments. You get some athletes now trying, and starting to show their wares and what they can do on the football field, and you're seeing some individual performances now that are starting to stand out in your mind, where you're seeing some people do some very, very good things down there, either return a kickoff or an interception to the house, but you're starting to see some execution by some individual talent.
So Chaz will kick this one off. It's Wagner and Leach back to return for Red Nation, standing at their own 15-yard line.
Live ball.
Lots of live ball. Who's going to jump on top of it? Blue Nation says they have it. That ball took a crazy, look what's going on here, a little people being pulled off the pile. It's getting a little feisty down there on the field as these teams trying to.
Did we get a signal? I don't think we had a signal.
I think we just did, yes. First down, Red Nation has the ball. They did recover at the 32-yard line. So that almost went as a long onside kick.
Yeah, I don't think it was a plan. I think he just wanted to squib it a little bit so it didn't get a return possibility, and then it got beyond that second line, and it was a live ball. It looked like from up here, Blue Nation had a real good shot at it. I'm surprised he didn't come up with it.
So back to work, Red Nation comes. with Daniel Pitcher coming out to play quarterback. Number 9 out of SUNY Cortland. 2:19 left to go in this third quarter. 21-20. Teams have traded touchdowns here in this third quarter. From the 32, play action. Here comes the pressure. Pitcher throws, overthrows his intended receiver, and off the hands of, again, Matthew Parker.
And he had Kevin Dottie open on that tight end route that he ran a little bit. He was a second level receiver. He was the open, but he overthrew him.
So 2:12 left now as the clock is stopped after the incompletion. We've seen the teams kind of open up the playbooks a little bit, go to the air a bit more. Now the wind has picked up again, so some of those balls getting airmailed a little bit, and they become easy pickings for the D-backs who are playing over the top.
And right now it looks like the wind might be blowing a little bit more left to right than it was earlier in the game. Was blowing right to left, so it's in the face of the Red Nation right now.
So pitcher will be in the shotgun with 2 backs, 1 on each side, and 3 wide. 2 to the near side left. And they'll try to run the draw. And who's there? Medina, making the play, as he has several times in this ball game.
He was in the backfield so quickly he should have had a red jersey on. That was quick. That back had no chance.
Yep, swallowed up Thaddeus for the loss on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and about 15.
Loss of 4, that will bring up 3rd and 14.
We'll call it 3rd and 14 officially.
You know, from up here, there's a lot of good-sized people down there, but Medina really stands out, doesn't he?
He does.
I mean, he just looks like a big-time player.
Listed at 6'3", every inch of it, out of Kutztown University. Not too far away from where we are here in Allentown, Pennsylvania. 4 wide now for pitcher. He'll look left, he'll throw left, and he bounces the pass into his intended receiver to Salidi out of Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and that'll bring up 4th down. So Red Nation now going backwards on that possession. And again, Blue Nation has had the better offense in this game. We talked about the halftime stats, 182 total yards for Blue Nation in that first half, 96 in the first half for Red Nation. So the Blue Nation's done a better job moving the football.
Better job, yet they're behind on the scoreboard by 1 point.
Crazy how that works out, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it has a lot to do with the turnovers, where the Red Nation has taken advantage of interceptions and returning balls all the way to the end zone, and an early success with that first touchdown, and that's why they're up by 1 point.
Punt is down at the 26-yard line.
The ball is down at the 26-yard line.
Start 1st and 10.
So Blue Nation will start there, 1st and 10. And 1 minute exactly remaining in this third quarter. From J. Bernie Crum Stadium in Allentown, Pennsylvania, the 2nd annual National Bowl. Lenahan will hand this one off. Oof. Oh, it goes right into the line. Nothing there.
It looked like that commercial. I don't know if you caught it on ESPN, where they try to give that guy the NFL pro experience of trying to score on the goal line. They pop up those dummies and they knock him back about 4 yards. That looked just like that. He just hit it and it was like a wall.
And he just ran into James Pratt for Virginia State. It is a gain of 1 on the play. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Blue Nation taking their time here with 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Red Nation shows blitz from the far side. Here it comes. It's picked up. Lenahan throws, and it's incomplete. Underthrew his intended receiver.
Pass falls incomplete.
Stewart. And there's 6 seconds left on the clock here. They'll bring up 3rd down and about 9. Once again, interesting to note here that there's no coaches up in the press box.
Right.
Everything is being done from the sidelines. There's no headsets, there's no communication, no bird's eye view, so to speak, for either one of these teams. So they're seeing things from a much different perspective.
And trust me, it's not the best place to see things that you want to see, from a perspective of trying to develop an offense, because from up here you can see what's there, what's not there. But down on the field, your perspective is very bad. I mean, you see it from ground level, and you really can't see what kind of coverage you're getting or what's going on as far as what people are trying to do against you. So not having that bird's eye view, got to make it difficult to call plays.
Well, and now we see Team Blue Nation call a timeout, trailing by a score of 21-20. That's their first timeout of the second half, so they'll talk things over. This is a big play for them as they have 3rd down and a 9 coming up. They have to get to the 36 for a first down. And again, they've had the better execution of their offense in this ball game. Just a couple of bad breaks, and they're trailing by 1 in this game here. And interesting to see what's going to happen from this point forward and into the 4th quarter.
Right now the wind's at their back, but they're not going to be in a punting situation. So it looks like the quarter will probably change before they have to punt the ball, which means they'll be punting against the wind, unless they get this play off in less than 6 seconds.
Lenahan in the shotgun. Still communicating a couple of instructions out to his receivers. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Oh, and Lenahan drops the football. It's fumbled and it's recovered on the play.
I think they're going to say he was down. The officials saying he was down.
They're going to say he was down, but Connor Tompkins jumped on that football.
Quarterback is sacked by number 54, Tompkins.
He'll get the sack. Lenahan was knocked down on the play. It's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Red Nation still nursing a 1-point lead here, 21-20 over Blue Nation. 4th quarter action coming up next. Stay with us.
This National Bowl game from Allentown, Pennsylvania is brought to you by East Prep Sports Management. This game showcases college talent from around the country. For more information, go to eastpreps.com or nationalbowlgame.com.
4th quarter action here from Allentown, Pennsylvania, J. Bernie Crum Stadium in Allentown. And it will be Blue Nation having to punt this football away on 4th and very long. So Red Nation will get the ball back, and it's a short kick. And it's down wherever the receiver picks it up, and he touches it around the 40-yard line.
And we talked about the fact that they were going to have to try to get that play off and have time to kick with the wind, but not only did they get sacked and lose a lot of yards, but then they had to kick against the wind, resulting in a short kick and great field position for Red Nation.
So they'll say that the ball is down at the 41-yard line. And so Red Nation now will come out leading 21-20. Cody Halfley is back in at quarterback for the Reds. And this could be a pivotal drive